There's a plant growing in America right now that people spend real money trying to kill. It shows up in driveways, garden beds, and along sidewalks like it owns the place. Most folks call it a weed, rip it out, spray it down, and move on with their day like they just won a small battle. But that weed has been here longer than most of the crops we trust with our lives. For thousands of years, people didn't treat it like a nuisance. They treated it like food, like a backup plan, like something you keep close when the season turns ugly. It was gathered, stored, and grown on purpose, long before modern farming had tractors, fertilizer, or seed companies selling the next big thing. Then something changed. This plant disappeared as the world around it decided it shouldn't be remembered. And the wild part is, it never left. So how did one of the most nutritious plants in North America get erased so hard that millions of people walk past it every day and don't even know its name? Well, here is the interesting story of a plant that has more protein than beef. Long before grocery stores, lawns, and weed control, lamb's quarters had a different reputation. It wasn't a random plant people tolerated, it was food people relied on. In North America, archaeologists have found evidence that a close relative of lamb's quarters, Chenopodium berlandieri, was being used and cultivated thousands of years ago, part of what researchers call the Eastern Agricultural Complex. That's a real thing, an early farming system that existed in the eastern woodlands long before corn became dominant. People weren't just collecting whatever they stumbled across. They were managing plants, saving seeds, and shaping their food supply with intention. This matters because lamb's quarters doesn't behave like a fragile crop. It grows fast, handles poor soil, and doesn't collapse when the weather gets ugly. It produces edible leaves early and seeds later. That makes it the kind of plant that quietly keeps people alive when more delicate crops fail. And this wasn't only an American story. In parts of Europe, Chenopodium album has also been eaten for centuries as a wild green, showing up in traditional cooking the same way people used nettles, sorrel, or other free plants that grow without farming. So for a long stretch of human history, this plant wasn't a weed at all. It was part of the menu, part of the season, part of survival. Then modern agriculture took over and the rules changed. Food stopped being about what grows easily. It became about what can be controlled, standardized, and sold at scale. And lamb's quarters didn't fit that future. But if lamb's quarters had a marketing team, Spinach would be in trouble. You see, once you actually measure what's inside the leaves, this weed starts looking less like yard trash and more like a missing chapter in human nutrition. 1 cup of cooked lamb's quarters packs about 464 milligrams of calcium. Spinach, by comparison, sits around 30 milligrams. That's a completely different league. Then there's vitamin C. Lamb's quarters comes in at around 66 milligrams per cup, while spinach hovers near 8 milligrams. So while people buy oranges and supplements for immunity, this plant has been sitting in the dirt doing it quietly the whole time. And it doesn't stop there. Lamb's quarters is also extremely high in vitamin K, with a single cup providing multiple times the daily requirement. Add in solid amounts of iron, protein, and B vitamins, and you start seeing why so many cultures treated plants like this as real food, not emergency food. This is the kind of nutrition profile modern health brands would slap on a shiny label and sell for premium prices. But it doesn't come in a plastic container. It doesn't need a greenhouse. It doesn't need perfect soil or constant watering. It grows where other plants struggle, and it still shows up loaded. And the wild part is, lamb's quarters isn't rare at all. It's everywhere because it was built to reproduce like crazy. Interestingly, this plant survives by being unstoppable. One mature plant can produce tens of thousands of seeds in a single season. And many sources commonly cite numbers as high as 75,000. That's not a cute gardening fact. That's a survival strategy. Because once those seeds hit the ground, the plant doesn't just come back next year. It can keep coming back for decades. Researchers have found that lamb's quarters seeds can remain viable in soil for many years, often decades, waiting for the right conditions. That means you can clear a patch, think you've won, and still see it return later like nothing happened. The plant doesn't need a farmer, it doesn't need a schedule, it just needs time, and it grows aggressively because it's built for disturbed ground. Construction sites, field edges, garden beds. Anywhere soil gets turned over or exposed, lamb's quarters takes that as an invitation. It moves in fast, grows tall, and starts building its next generation before other plants even catch up. That's why people call it a weed, as it refuses to behave. And when a plant spreads that easily, it stops looking like food to the system and starts looking like a problem. Well, modern agriculture loves plants that behave. Crops that grow in neat rows, ripen on schedule, and stay exactly where they're planted. Plants that can be packaged, branded, patented, and sold back to you every season. Lamb's quarters doesn't play that game. It grows in places nobody invited it to. It thrives without fertilizer. It doesn't need daily watering. And it produces so many seeds that once it's established, it can keep returning year after year with no one buying anything to make it happen. That kind of plant is a nightmare for a system built on control. Because the moment food becomes too easy to get, it stops being profitable. A wild green that can feed you without a supply chain doesn't fit into the modern idea of farming as a business. It fits into the older idea of food as survival, the kind you harvest with your own hands. And this is where the shift happens. The plant itself didn't change. People changed what they wanted from agriculture. They wanted uniform crops that could be harvested mechanically. They wanted predictable yields. They wanted greens that could be shipped, stacked, sold, and replaced on schedule. Lamb's quarters is nutritious, but it's not uniform. It doesn't ask for a farmer, and it doesn't stay politely in one corner. So instead of being treated like a crop, it got pushed into a new category. Not food, not useful, not welcome. A weed. And once a plant is labeled a weed, destroying it starts looking like common sense. For most of human history, weeds were a nuisance, not an industry. You pulled them, you ate the ones you could, and you moved on. But in the 20th century, something changed. Weed control stopped being a chore and became a product. The modern lawn became a symbol, not food, not habitat, not medicine. A clean, uniform carpet of grass that proved you had order, time, and money. And anything that broke that perfect green surface became an enemy. Plants like lamb's quarters didn't stand a chance in that new culture. It grows fast, it spreads easily. It shows up where soil has been disturbed. In a garden, that can mean free nutrition. On a lawn, it gets treated like an invasion. Then the solutions arrived. Weed killers weren't marketed like chemicals. They were marketed like progress, like cleanliness, like control. Spray this and your yard becomes healthy. Your property looks better. Your neighborhood stays maintained. And once weed control became normal, it became profitable. Companies started selling the idea that a yard full of edible plants was a failure, that anything not planted on purpose was worthless, something to erase. And by the time weed control became a business, the next step was obvious. People didn't want to pull weeds anymore. They wanted them gone in one spray. That's where 2,4-D enters the story. It was developed in the 1940s and became one of the most widely used herbicides in the world, designed to kill broadleaf plants while leaving grasses mostly unharmed. That detail matters because it made 2,4-D perfect for lawns. The grass stays, everything else dies. And lamb's quarters is a broadleaf plant. So in the new perfect lawn era, plants like these became targets, something to erase before the neighbors noticed. Over time, the language shifted too. People stopped saying wild greens. They started saying weeds. And once that word takes hold, the plant doesn't need to be dangerous to justify destroying it. It only needs to be unwanted. 2,4-D didn't just kill plants. It helped reshape how people saw the land. It made it normal to wipe out anything that didn't match a clean, controlled aesthetic. A plant can be packed with nutrients and still get erased if it grows in the wrong place. That's the trick. Because once the chemicals were cheap and the advertising was everywhere, the destruction stopped being occasional. It became routine, a seasonal habit, a ritual. And lamb's quarters, the plant that fed people for thousands of years, got sprayed down like it was a mistake. The final step in erasing the plant was making sure nobody remembers it was ever food. Yes, it still grows across North America every year, in gardens, fields, sidewalks, and empty lots. The disappearance happened somewhere else, in the mind, in language, in the way people were trained to label it. Because once it became a weed, the name stopped being passed down. Parents didn't teach it to kids, schools didn't mention it, grocery stores didn't sell it, recipes didn't include it. The plant stayed alive, but its identity got wiped. That's why most people can recognize spinach, kale, and lettuce instantly, but couldn't pick lamb's quarters out of a patch even if it was growing right in front of them. This is how a food system protects itself. It doesn't have to ban a plant officially, it just has to remove it from culture. Once people forget the name, they stop asking questions. And once they stop asking questions, the plant can keep growing forever and still never make it back onto the table. Quite a story, right? Anyway, if lamb's quarters can feed you better than most store-bought greens, what else do you think we erased and was renamed so you'd never look twice? Share your thoughts in the comments section below, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more amazing videos like this one.